Politics now, and time for our 2016 Power Index, where we look at who's up and who's down in the race for the White House, at least this week. So first, let's look at a new national poll showing Dr. Ben Carlson in first place with 24% among Republicans compared to 17% with Donald Trump. Marco Rubio in third with 11%, Carly Fiorina fourth at 9%, ahead of Jeb Bush with 8%. Chris Stirewalt, Fox News digital politics editor and author of Fox News First. He joins me now as he does every Monday. Okay, so this is the first poll that I can think of that shows Ben Carlson in the lead. How much credence should we give it?
Well, it's one poll, but it is a data point. We have seen some problems for the front runner in most of the polls, Donald Trump, in some early states. We saw that over the weekend. Carlson being ahead in a national poll, even again, just one poll, is a data point we want to pay attention to because remember, pretty much consistently since mid-July, we've seen Donald Trump in the lead or at least tied for the lead in all these polls. So we're watching.
Okay, so let's get to this week's index now. Here is your lineup in the top spots. Ted Cruz, steady at number 1. Carly Fiorina and Marco Rubio both moving up 1 to spots 2 and 3. And that knocks Jeb Bush down 2 spots from 2nd to 4th. Explain, Mr. Stirewalt.
Well, remember, here we're talking about that combination, the magic combination of money, organization, support. How committed are your supporters? How much do they want you? And how broadly acceptable are you to the rest of the party? The reason you see Fiorina moving up, the reason that you see Senator Rubio moving up is simple. They are starting to show movement in those early states. Those polls that I mentioned that showed problems or slippage for Donald Trump in those early states also show that Carly Fiorina has started to build a base, it looks like, in New Hampshire, a state that has 2 female senators, has a female governor, and has shown a fondness for practical politicians. And Marco Rubio showing some life in the same poll taken out in Iowa. He's doing well in national surveys, and the fundraising, from what we're told, is starting to pour in. All
right, so let's look at our second slate now. Who you have moving there? You have Donald Trump, who is number 5, I believe. Ben Carlson stays at 6. Chris Christie up 1 to number 7. John Kasich down 1 to number 8. Mike Huckabee stays at 9, etc. But Bobby Jindal, previously unranked, takes your number 10 spot. Okay, comments?
Well, okay. So somebody's going to be the Rick Santorum of this cycle. And it's probably not going to be Rick Santorum. Rick Santorum of this cycle is the person you're looking for who can connect with Iowa voters, get on the ground, interact, become their champion. And they love to pick, Iowa Republicans love to pick long shots and get behind them. They lead with their heart, and that's what they might do with Bobby Jindal. Now, again, one poll. It's just one poll. But as you look at the fact that he's now at 4% in that Wall Street Journal poll out there, you got to say, don't give up on this guy in Iowa just yet. And it certainly gets him a slot, whereas Rand Paul, the guy he supplanted on the list, has had anything but good times for several weeks in a row.
Okay, let's look now at the power index for Democrats. Top 3 all holding steady. Clinton at number 1, Biden at number 2, and Sanders at number 3. And Biden's not even in the race yet, Chris.
Biden's not in the race, but if he gets in the race, he will definitely come in at 2nd place. Now, that's good in the sense that everybody would like to enter a race against a formidable frontrunner like Hillary Clinton in 2nd place. So that's pretty good. However, the question is he end up just being a spoiler? Does he just make it harder for Hillary Clinton to get across the finish line? With lots of surveys saying that she's tied in Iowa, trailing in New Hampshire, struggling. Does Joe Biden, can he move in to actually win, or would he just play the role of making it harder or even impossible for her to get there?
All right, this week's Power Index. Chris, thank you.